Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. So over the weekend, we saw Tony Bellew fight David Haye. He defeated David Haye in the 11th round. David Haye's corner threw in the towel, and the fight was stopped. So he stopped David Haye in the 11th round. So a lot different from what a lot of people were expecting. A lot of people were expecting David Haye to dominate this fight and pretty much beat Tony Bellew, no problems. And unfortunately, David Haye suffered that injury in the 6th round. You know, it was a really bad injury, an Achilles injury to his right ankle. So, I mean, he's going to be out for a little bit. Now, what David Haye is saying is he wants a rematch with Tony Bellew in about 6 to 9 months. Personally, I don't think he's going to recover in that amount of time, given his age. I believe he's, 36, 37, something like that. And you know, as you get older, it becomes harder for the body to, recoup, to heal itself. So really the only way I think he could come back from an injury like this or heal up fast is if he's taking some type of juice, man, to be honest. And, I mean, I know there's been rumors circulating about David Haye taking shit in the past. I'm not saying he's on some shit right now, but, I mean, it's kind of ironic. I mean, a lot of guys in the heavyweight division are taking shit, that we know of firsthand. So, I mean, David Haye he bypassed the fight with Joseph Parker, I believe, in favor of fighting Tony Bellew. And I'm not even sure how this fight was arranged initially. I don't know how this shit started, man. I don't know how he ended up fighting a cruiserweight or bringing a cruiserweight up to heavyweight. I don't think he should have did that. I mean, I really think he should have fought Joseph Parker. He had options. I mean, He could have even fought, what's his name? Let's go, champ. Shannon Briggs, man. I could have sworn that on David Haye's last fight, I think he told Shannon Briggs to fight on his undercard, and he said that if he fights on the undercard, he would, he'd fight him. So, I mean, he should have took that fight. He could have took the fight with Joseph Parker. He had options. I'm not sure why he decided to fight Tony Bellew, who was a WBC champion at cruiserweight, but hey, a lot of people thought that David Haye was going to win this fight fairly easy. In fact, I was amongst the people who thought that he beat him. Tony Bellew's a fat dude at cruiserweight. I mean, you putting on more weight to go up to heavyweight. So, I mean, I didn't expect much from him. Really, I don't know too much about the cruiserweight division, to be honest with you. I mean, I knew Tony Bellew from the fucking movie Creed and shit. I looked at some of his fights. I mean, I seen his Adonis Stevenson fight, so I'm familiar with him, and I really didn't think he stood a chance. And, in the fight with David Haye, it seemed like David Haye was really trying to go for the knockout early, man, but he wasn't really connecting. He kind of looked like he had missed a step in this fight, man. He looked a little off. When he hurt himself in this, I think it was the 6th round, I mean, his fundamentals kicked in, and he actually looked pretty good. Even though his ankle was fucked up, he was slipping a lot of punches, dodging a lot of punches. I mean, he looked good. But you know what? The fact that he didn't stop after the 6th round, I mean, he might have really did a number on his Achilles, man. So, I mean, he's saying he wants to come back in 6 to 9 months. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that shit, like I said. But, they've already got the story. The first fight had an incredible build-up. And, it really seemed like these two dudes fucking hated each other. I'm not sure where the beef came in with these guys, but, I seen David Haye on TV talking mad shit about Bellew. I remember the first presser, they almost got into a fight and shit. Tony Bellew said his wife, he's more afraid of his wife than fucking David Haye. So like I said, the build-up was great. In the second fight, like I said, I don't see David Haye coming back from this and being okay. He already looked like he missed a step in the first fight. Coming back for a second fight, of course, the buildup would be crazy. Of course, there's a story here that we've got a backstory. He's giving a guy a rematch who damn near killed his shit in the first fight. So, I mean, giving him a rematch, I think it will sell. Depending upon what happens with Tony Bellew. This dude seems like he wants to fight some of the top heavyweights, and I don't think that's a good idea, man. I really don't think that's a good idea for him to be fighting the likes of Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder. He needs to go back down to cruiserweight, to be honest with you. That's what I would do if I were him. But, back to David Haye. He had many opportunities to fight fights that made sense. He came back after a long layoff. He fought two bums. He knocked both of these guys out. I give him a tune-up fight. Cool. Don't make promises to people that you're not going to fight. Shannon Briggs, you didn't fight him. And then you were given Joseph Parker on a silver platter. If I'm not mistaken, that was the proposed fight. And he just didn't take it. I mean, you had a chance to become a world champion, and you decided not to take that opportunity. So, in a way, I really don't feel sorry for David Haye. I've never really been a big fan of David Haye to begin with. He's kind of been plagued with injuries off and on. So, this is probably the last time we'll ever see David Haye in a boxing ring. And he has nobody but to blame. He has no one to blame but himself. All right? Simple as that. So, let me know what you guys think potentially happened between David Haye and Tony Bellew. If you think there's a rematch on the horizon, I mean, he's got to even get to a rematch, man, because if he wants to fight Wilder, man, I'm pretty sure he's getting knocked out if he fights that dude, or Anthony Joshua. He's not going to be able to beat any of these top heavyweights unless he hits the gym hard as fuck. Start doing some cardio and lifting fucking weights, man, because, he started to fade near the end of that fight against Haye, too. So let me know what y'all think of David Haye and his injury. You think he can come back from this shit? I don't think he can. But, I mean, anything's possible. Like Kevin Garnett said, shit. Hitman Boxing, drop a comment. I'm out.